This is going to be a video answering all of the questions I've gotten recently about Shamala Hamala. I look 100 years old. It's this lighting. Okay, let's do it like this. This is a video about Shamala. When I was in kindergarten, my kindergarten teacher, every time I would color a picture or a drawing, she would be like, "Oh my God, that is so good, Kevin. You are so good." And she just really piled it on. And it really affected me. By the time I was in first grade, you couldn't tell me nothing. And I was never afraid to dive into anything creative. I was good. My kindergarten teacher convinced me of how good I was. And it sort of affected my whole life. Creativity and art has been my whole life. I've taught a decent amount of art classes, creativity things over the years. And one very common thing is some people get discouraged super fast. And like on the very first day, they'll be like, "I'm not good at this." And I'm like, "We started 45 seconds ago." But I'm pretty sure it's because a lot of people had the opposite experience that I had when I was a kid. A lot of people made a picture and some adult was like, "Oh, you need to color in the lines," or "Oh, that's not, no." I meet a lot of people who are like, "I'm not creative. I'm not a talented person." And maybe that is or isn't true. I mean, some people are gifted, some people are incredibly talented, and others maybe less so. But a lot of people, I think an adult just told them that they weren't good when they were a kid. Anyway, I'm telling you all that because it's part of my philosophy at Shamala Hamala. I think a lot of people are afraid to just try something creative or artistic at this point in their life because there's a voice deep down that's like, "Oh, do you think you're special? You're not talented. You don't get to do this. Oh, are you gonna try and make a painting? No one's gonna buy it." You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, especially in Western culture, that anything artistic, if it is not the intended goal to be rich and famous, then it's a waste of time. And painting is fun. Making something is fun. Learning photography is fun. It can just be for the enjoyment of it. So first up, the classes at Shamala Hamala. I do want to have some things that are like actual serious instruction, but also I want to have things where there's an afternoon that's fun painting. You can come and just paint and make a mess and take a picture home that you made because it was enjoyable. So yes, I am looking for instructors. The instructors need to live in Cincinnati or be able to get here quickly. We're just starting out. There's not like a giant budget to fly people in or anything. Maybe someday, but not today. I have the place. I'm not going to reveal the exact address quite yet, but I think the grand opening gallery party is going to be one of the first couple weekends in August, and I'm looking for artists of all kinds. You can be from anywhere, but obviously your art has to get here somehow. Also artisans, like if you make candles or jewelry, more crafty things, we're gonna display those as well. You can reach out to me. I definitely want to include like a story about the artist. I want it to be personal. But we've gotten lots of cool submissions, not made any decisions yet, but we will be soon. Another common question has been, can we do a show there, or can we have our improv group rehearsal there or whatever? And the space I ended up getting is not, I think it's not a performance space. It's not, you can maybe do a small thing in there, but it's not quite big enough. And as I've been developing and evolving the idea, I'm definitely like a yes person, especially when people are trying to brainstorm something creative. I never like to shut it down. I always like to be like, yeah, let's keep thinking about it. Maybe. Until it doesn't make any sense. I hate it when people shoot, like if I'm coming up with something creative and someone's like, "No, nope." I hate that. So I say yes a lot until it doesn't make any sense. And I found myself, as ideas were coming in about the types of things that could happen there, I found myself starting to sort of go back on my own vision. Like there was a point where I was almost about to cut the dark room so I had enough space for folding chairs and tables. And I'm like, what am I doing? The dark room is like the thing I'm most excited about. So don't start axing my own vision for folding chairs and tables. So it's probably not for performance. There's gonna be some small classes, and there's gonna be a regular art show, maybe some other experimental things, but it's probably not for shows. That said, I have a nearby theater just a couple blocks away who is interested in doing like joint events, like maybe the non-religious Sunday gathering and those sorts of things. So if there is a thing that's developing and we need more space with seating, we have that option nearby. And along those lines, I've made maybe 4 or 5 videos in the last couple months about the evolving idea of this thing. And the way social media works, it's hard to communicate to people who are interested through an algorithm, because almost none of you saw all 4 or 5 of those videos. So maybe you just saw the first or second video. So I've stopped using the word community, because it immediately puts an idea, a very specific idea in people's minds, that it's sort of it's like the YMCA. It's this big free open space and everyone's free to use it for whatever. And that's not really the vision. So it is a community thing, but I've stopped using that word because it makes people think something very specific. It's my art studio and gallery space, and we're gonna frequently do events that include the neighborhood and that include an online audience if you're not in my neighborhood. It's connecting people through artistic projects. So I guess that's the general scoop. Shooting for an early August opening. I've had so many people say, I want to be a part of it. I want to write for the little zine. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm starting out really simple and easy as possible. It's a pretty low budget kind of project. I'm not going to ask people to do things for free. And there's also not a budget at this point. So I'm doing a lot myself just to get it off the ground. But yes, there's possibility and space for lots of things. Would you like to know more, Allah? Would you like to stay in the loop, Allah? Go to Shamala, Hamala. You know the rest, Allah.